crit accuracy.
When you swap off. Okay, I'm going Reinhardt now.
That's actually what I do as well. Oh dear.
That's such a you thing.
Fun games to play when you've got me on your team. Team Gigantti, though, fortunately enough, don't have me playing their Widowmaker spot. It will be Davin who's jumping over to the Widow, and Shadow actually going on the defense on that far.
Indeed, he will be. Question is, will he be able to stand up against the scrutiny of Wayfast? And it's a lot more rare, I think, to see the Pharah on the defense here, because there isn't as much central architecture as you can see. It's all pretty uniform in how high the high ground is. You don't have like that central big tower in the way that you do on Iconvolt, where you can play around with the Pharah. But it looks like this time Shadow's going to be behind those buildings on the left-hand side. They're going to try and rain down some rockets from the side. But he's going to have a hard time avoiding Wayfast when Wayfast gets in there. And even
Daned as well with those Storm Arrows. Got to be very careful. A dink to the chest and then a follow-up with a Diva. It's a little bit too much damage for the Mercy to heal, who will be pocketing him permanently. Ripper, you can see him there getting escorted out by the defense matrix. Didn't want to take all too much damage. You've got to be careful of Shadow. He's going to be able to get a lot of poke damage coming in, especially with that damage boost already up to 40%.
You aren't coming in the industries with those sandals, is what he's told. Being escorted out by his Diva in a very nice protective cone. But now, what's going to protect We Have Org as they try and take themselves out of there? Shadow's going to have none of it.
All right, Shadow just takes Daned, not even clean out of the air. He just took him straight off the ground, disintegrated him. But Yofi, with the medical prowess of the Mercy, is going to bring her back, and Wayfast is going to get jumped on. A Discord Orb, but a punch and a rocket will instantly end his life. But the problem is, Shadow isn't paying attention to his back line, who just got instantly jumped on. With Master going down, this might just be the push over here. They have got quicker spawns, like you were saying before, but David making mean work at the back line. What one, not two, but 3 kills for the Sniper Wizard. As David, you can tell he's been practicing, watching some asking VODs and just taking over the game already.
And we talk about the reliability of Team Gigantti, their tank line and their support line, but there it was really the DPS who decided, okay, you guys sit back. Shadow and I have got this, said Davin, picking out 3 like you said. But Wayfast's going to open up the next one. Ripper's down, but it's in a resible position, and We Have Org don't take advantage of that sort of window that was given to him. So now, the silver lining, no more resurrection for the next 25 seconds or so.
Well, Daned, we've seen a lot of Hanzos when they don't have that combination to actually go with the Graviton Surge. Use their ultimates to more or less part the seas of the enemy team. However, speaking about parting the seas, Cass is going to go down, instantly resurrected, and that will be a self-destruct on for Twals in order for him to actually remake. Daned finally with that ultimate available. Doesn't want to just shove it in that box, although that large health pack rune is looking pretty tasty. Self-destruct from RCK gets taken out before he even hits the ground by Cass. They're going to still jump onto the point here. Davin activating those sights is going to be able to see wherever he is, and even Shadow paying the price, being up too high in the air, couldn't land the rockets. There's the Dragon Strike being launched, but instantly answered there with the Transcendence.
No time to remake there for RCK, taken down by Daned, but Davin again and again, he picks up kill after kill, headshot after headshot, and this man's cleaning house. We talked about how this was really where he proved himself as a sniper, Jaws, and once again, he is doing so. I'm surprised that We Have Org actually decided to go to Volskaya. Maybe they were anticipating a very similar attack to what Team Gigantti did before with the double shield, and maybe they could get that full hold that was incredibly impressive for one point during their series. But right now, Team Gigantti look like they've fixed their Volskaya problems and they are holding fast.
Wayfast is already dead. Oh, this is a replay. Oh, it kind of baited me there. I was like, what? Yovi's head just about to get clicked on. He hasn't quite claimed his life just yet, do not worry, but Cass's Transcendence is going to get forced out. They're going to chase down, however, Rippu's in the back line is going to get very well protected by that Primal Rage of LH Cloudy, who does manage to unleash it and just buy a little bit more time on the point. Davin finds Yofi's number once again, even LH Cloudy finding the kill onto Cass with a Primal Rage kill. They have got Daned onto that Brigitte now to sustain them through these fights, but when you're the only one left and everybody split up from you, you are pretty much useless. Even Shadow jumping onto his famous Genji is going to make sure this point does not go contested for much longer.
Feels like Davin really has a feel for where Yofi's going to be at all times right now. He's constantly getting picked off by the snipers, mid Guardian Angel or not. He knows where Yofi's going to be, and when We Have Org miss out on that main healing availability, they're incredibly easy to try and pick apart.
Davin hitting another head shot, just whipping it round the shield, bending the bullets like you would in Wanted. Terrible film, by the way, do not recommend it. Shadow has got that orb on him as well, just makes him very hardy on the Genji. He's going to want to aim for that back line, doesn't want to go onto Daned. He's already built himself off a blade. They're going to go in with the Transcendence as well. That's a lot of damage. Master couldn't quite get out of there. Even Mercy in midair. Yofi only narrowly avoids the second slash of the blade, but the damage has already been done. Shadow has just made sure this time is now in overtime with Davin activating those info sights. gets bullied around by this Winston, but it might all just be said and done. Davin does fall in the end, but the rest of We Have Org are gonna fall to pieces. Shadow finding the kill onto Wayfast and cleaning up with the reset dash onto Danid. Only brings out the Doomfist in the dying moments, and Team Gigantti are gonna find a full hold on Voskaya.
A few diveable targets there for the dive tanks of We Have Org, but they dived in with all the grace and elegance of a 6-lane pile-up Jaws, and it was a little bit of a mess towards the end. And Danid, he just picked it apart, got some free scrap metal, made himself a profit, and really filled his name in on the kill feed again and again. But now, I believe this means that We Have Org have lost the series.
Does indeed. They cannot claim anything more. However, they can claim this draw, and again, they just need those map points. They are -4 right now in terms of map score on the standings. 1 and 2 is their match win score, so they do need to claim these extra map points in order to secure themselves out of this danger zone, this highway to the danger zone, if you will. I know the Top Gun references are coming in thick and fast, and I'm not entirely sure how many people have actually watched Top Gun in the audience, but we'll soon find out, I guess.
Everyone's heard Highway to the Danger Zone.
I guess so, yeah, that's true. And if you haven't, launch it up on Spotify, just go have a look.
Kenny Loggins be with you.
We Have Org now get the chance to defend, but like you said, Team Gigantti now securing that full hold. Does mean they've actually secured their series as well. However, We Have Org can still battle it out for those map points, and we'll see what they want to go on the defense. Wayfast foregoing the Widowmaker is actually swapping over to the Farah.
And Wayfast has had a pretty good Farah. He's been a little bit like Zapray in terms of that he can move over to the Farah, but also has the Tracer in reserve should he wish to use it. And We Have Org just having a little theorizing session in their spawn right now. Jaws have got up the whiteboard. They're doing the old GIF where the guy's pointing at all the different things. What are we going to do? How do we try and come back against Team Gigantti? Unfortunately, there's not much available. Or rather on the defense. The red color confused me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to second it. Sure, go in the right direction.
They achieved so little on the attack, I forgot.
And when you were saying whiteboard, I was thinking of the Always Sunny in Philadelphia image of Charlie, just crazy.
That's for one.
7 days without sleep, going a little bit crazy. We have all probably doing the same thing. Quick swap up here from Team Gigantti. From that 3-3, they go on to Davin, put him on that Tracer, and Shadow jumping over to that Hanso. So no double shield comp out the gate. Didn't work last time. They decide they just want a quick cap. Remember, they only need a third of that point.
Yeah, that one has been shelled for later use, and LH Cloudy's going to take an early rocket here, but quickly going to be healed up by his dutiful support. Davin's got his harass on, and it's going to force Midler and Taurus to already make a disengagement and give up ground to Team Gigantti.
Yofi falling very low as well. Look at that pressure coming out. As soon as Midler left, you saw Twals. Everybody else had to get onto that point in order for them to stay alive. Danid just making sure Shadow doesn't stay alive for too long. However, Davin is going to make short work of him also. A resurrection onto Shadow, and Davin now chasing away on the supports. This is looking extremely bad for We Have Org. They're already capping the point. 2 members on it already, and RCK cleaning up the rest of the fight. And that is it. Team Gigantti with a very swift victory on Voskaya, ending up taking this series 3-0.
A little bit of a speed run there on Voskaya Industries, but we will be heading over to Escort once again. It will be the map pick of We Have Org. We'll have to see where they're going to take us. Please don't go to Rialto. Do not go against the tank compositions of Team Gigantti. I think that would not be the ideal choice here.
Even the projectile prowess as well of Shadow. You've got to be very careful of that Farah in those tight corridors. We've seen so many strats on Rialto throughout the previous weeks. No team really solidifying the meta on that map. We've seen a lot of like Orisa holds, a lot of very forward holds, in fact, in the enemy spawn holds to make sure they get double fights. But we'll have to wait and see what they do want to go to. We Have Org. Still need a map win. They still want to make sure they can push their map score up. We're going to jump to a quick break, though. We'll see if We Have Org can clutch it out in the last few moments. We'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. Team Gigantti continuing their series, their unbeaten series streak, taking this one 3-0 thus far. However, one more map to play. It could be Route 66, Gibraltar, or we can jump on to Rialto. It is We Have Org's choice, of course.
And they are going to be sitting 4-0 in the overall standings. 4 wins, 0 losses. They've only dropped 2 maps, one to Eagle Gaming and one to 1 point. And we'll have to see if they drop a third here to We Have Org. We're still scrambling for those last points to try and keep themselves, as you call it, out of the danger zone.
Remember, this is week number 4 as well. Only 1 week after this. It is crunch time for the teams. And we spoke about the pressure already. Maybe it's actually getting to We Have Org right now. However, in map number 2, it did look really good for them. Kings Row, the defenses from both teams, in all honesty, were pretty lackluster. But it was Team Gigantti winning out in the end. We Have Org need to step up the pace right now. And really just need to hammer home this final map win. It will be Rialto, though. That is going to be their pick, remember. And do you want to go against the tanks? They decide. They do.
Well, I counseled against it, but I'm a caster, not a coach or an analyst or a player. So I guess We Have Org know something I do not, Jaws. And we'll have to see what they have in store for us as they go up against Gigantti here. Not an enviable position, that much is for sure. It looks like they are going to be attacking first. Music. I love the sound design in Overwatch.
As do I. Just the small, like, minutiae, like the small details, small minutiae of sounds, always really nice. Also the gondolas. I love travel backwards and forwards.
didgeridoo in Junker Towns.
I thought you were just going to say, I love a good old didgeridoo.
Yeah, I just love didgeridoos.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little story, right? Way back. This must have been...
Here's a story all about how.
10 years ago, not quite a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air story, but it was around that time when I was watching Fresh Prince, when it was actually on TV. But did go to Australia, went there for a whole month, and in fact did get a live
Your life got
didgeridoo
flipped and
performance.
turned upside down.
It technically did, yeah. But live didgeridoo performance, it is fantastic. How they breathe in their nose and out through their mouth at the same time is just a wonder and a miracle to me, in all honesty.
Jaws, basically just a B-grade student when it comes to breathing.
Yeah, B grade? You're telling me you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth at the same time?
All I know is that I respire pretty effectively.
All I know right now is there's about 2,000, 4,000, however many people are watching right now trying to do that, and it's not working out for them so well.
Very much aware of their breathing, and they hate you.
Oh no, I'm sorry audience, but we're going to get onto the map very shortly, don't worry. Team Gigantti are on the defense. It's 15 seconds till they launch themselves out the gate. We Have Org, is always going to stick on the May, probably not. They're going to need another tank, but way fast most importantly, and like you said, double sniper will be the name of the game for them.
We'll have to see if they'll be able to get any picks, but they are going to be swapping it up. They just gave us the old bamboozle about 2 seconds out, and it's going to be 3-3. But that 3-3 is going to be running into a very well-healed Cloudy here. He's got 2 main healers with him. He's got the Mercy, 60 HPS from Ricochetous Beam, and Ripper, Biotic Grasp, 75 HPS available. But Shadow, he's going to be commanding most of this Mercy healing up in the air as we've got these 2 distinct units of Team Gigantti.
Big game sense there from Shadow. He spotted Wayfast actually running back to the spawn, knew that he was going to switch over to this Widowmaker, so he ducked down behind, refueled his jets, and was able to get himself in a more of a defensive position. Wayfast is being rather offensive, though, in moving forward. He's going to spot out Marta in the air, can't quite find the headshot, and Shadow is above him, although going very low, using that grappling hook to get back up. He's in a lot of danger, however, with that Mercy, and in the Diva also, just pummeling in from the lower.
But We Have Org know that while they're pressuring Shadow, that Mercy healing's not available for Cloudy, so they can move forward onto him. However, once again, they've opted out of using the Zenyatta, and so they've got Yofi on that bloodthirsty DJ, trying to make everyone get off his property. We'll have to see if Shadow can survive this. Master's still with him, but no, it's Wayfast from the back.
Wayfast does find a flank, finds the grappling hook as well. Can't quite click on the head of Marta, who's being able to dodge. He's got his fancy feet on right now, and Shadow taking out Wayfast gets a little bit of revenge. A rocket barrage from way up high in the air. Toz is trying to match it also, but Yofi's already fallen, and the damage has already been done.
Cast off into the Riviera. Oh, Riviera? Riviera.
You almost got it wrong the third time. You tried, though.
Third time's the charm, Joss.
And it is, and it'll be the third attack now for We Have Org. They're going to still stick with the same composition. Wayfast is going to activate those infocytes.
But Daned almost has the Graviton Surge ready. He's 10% shy of having that available. The question is, will Team Gigantti be caught within that? Master and Shadow 2K will likely be safe up in the air and not caught within such. Cloudy's going to be the main target here.
Dano being also aggressive. He knows he can be with all that healing from behind. However, he's going to build himself up a nice bit of charge as well, just making sure he can do a lot of damage in the upcoming fight. LH Cloudy going low, unafraid though, as Twelves does boot him away, and now Shatter in a lot of trouble also, taken to half health in midair, and the Coalescence just to make sure they all can stay in the fight alive. Danid had the Graviton Surge, but is already dead. In fact, Minda is going to go down as well. Wayfast going to find the return kill onto Ripper, but him sending himself sky high isn't going to do him any good as Shatter takes short work of him.
Into the waiting talons of a bird of prey that is Shatter on the Farah, and Team Gigantti being very effective with their ultimates here. They use 2 support ultimates, but have 3 tank ones ready to go. And Danid, oh, he had such high hopes, but now he's going for a little bit of a swim, sponsored by Shatter, and that meant that Shatter got a full amount of damage onto Danid as he was taken apart. So that means that he's got a huge amount of ult charge as well. 97% of the way towards this. And Davin, he's ready to lay down the surprise.
We've seen this one before. Straight on the back line. Self-destruct comes in. Can Minda block it? No, he cannot. RCK finds himself 2 kills and a D-Mech as the rest of Team Gigantti clean out.
Team Gigantti infallible here. They don't really have much in the way of defensive ultimates with their choices of supports. But you don't need them if you can clean up fights that quickly. Yofi will finally have the sound barrier available. He can combine it with Caster's Coalescence if they are so inclined. They will want to stagger those out because, of course, even if they do finish this fight, Team Gigantti will still get a chance to contest at the end of first point, and we have Olga almost out of time already.
Well, there's the Coalescence mixed with that healing orb. That's a lot of healing to actually deal with. Shadow is going to get taken out of the air, and a sound barrier to make sure they can push forward even stronger. LH Cloudy finally falling as we have all do manage to take a fight, and even Midna making sure he gets some revenge on Davin. Is he going to pin him to the wall and spat him into jelly? But we have all. They've got a couple of ults online, but Team Gigantti are going to be able to get back to this point for another contest.
We have Orc did use both of their support ultimates there. I counted against it, but they decided they wanted that guaranteed fight instead. They have 15 seconds left in the time bank. Team Gigantti can meet them in the archway. Cloudy's ready to lay down the Earth Shadow, but so is Midna. Mars has the Valkyrie available. It may well be the saving grace.
Well, there's the self-destruct. The hammer does hit the floor, but at least Cloudy turned around instantly and was able to block all that damage. And now Davin moving forward with the might of Zeus is going to just tear apart Midna, and a Coalescence as well to boot. Now Yofi going down, and Wayfast doing little of nothing here on the Widowmaker. Can't even find the kill on Shadow, who's hopped over to the Pegita for the last fight. A Graviton Surge locks them all in place, and Twelves and Danik go down. A self-destruct on top of the cart. It was 4 meters shy of getting a point on the board, but Team Gigantti end up getting a full hold.
Do you ever get that feeling, Jaws, of deja vu? This is exactly what happened with Eagle Gaming. But the question is, can we have Org do their own Eagle Gaming and also hold on first here? It's going to be a tall order for the team.
Well, the logo does have wings, and it has a small owl on it as well. Very colourful wings at that.
They're like a baby Eagle Gaming.
A baby Eagle Gaming. Can they put out the tank comps like Eagle Gaming can? That is the question. They are on defense this time, obviously, and it begs the question, what are they actually going to play here? Because Team Gigantti, they've got so many options to them, it seems. We just spoke about how RCK is so variable. Don't look at his name tag right now, though. He won't be sticking on that.
To be fair, last season they did play Bastion on the car on Dorado for Escort when they had a series pretty much in the bag. So these guys aren't above doing a little bit of banter, but of course I imagine he will be moving over onto another tank because, of course, Masa and Shadow there probably won't be enough healing. Unless Marsa just speeds him out onto the cart and then swaps over to Mercy.
That's exactly what was going through my brain.
Stop making me theorycraft with your hovers here, Gigantti. I only have so many brain cells to spare. Look
how close that gold box is also, with a little bit of box floating in midair as well to boot. We have Org now on the defense. They are going to go for this 3-3. They're not going to send Farah to the skies to make sure that she can block out the sun, hopefully with a rain of rockets. However, that would be not very good, to be fair, against RCK's Bastion. It's so easy for the Bastion, because he is so well protected with all those shields, to just clip the wings of the Farah.
And not only that, there's no hard dislodge that you can get with something like a Roadhog hook to try and take Bastion out of that form, but no, RCK is going to let me down. It's going to be 3-3 versus 3-3 in all actuality.
It's never good to talk about hovers, but just because it was Bastion, I thought, you know, maybe it was the case. Like you said, they did pull out on Dorado, but we have Org making a very early entrance, like a couple of teams already have done on Rialto. Remember, new map to this season also, so it's always good to see the variability of a lot of these squads. There you go, Team Gigantti instantly disengage, Master Speed boost, but Shatter is already going to go down. Midna tries to find the pin on somebody, but actually just lands himself near the spawn of Team Gigantti, and that's actually going to net them a big one. In fact, NASA's going to find 2 kills with the boop. Cass is going to have to quickly reset himself. Same with Twals. They're going to be able to push forward here. We have Orc not working out for the best.
Who said Zenyatta's the most bloodthirsty support? Masters out to prove that it is indeed Lucio, giving everyone a couple of free swimming lessons there. And of course, Midna there was trying to hit a charge, but actually just turned himself into a sacrificial lamb in the midst of Team Gigantti, and he couldn't turn around with that shield quickly enough. He's going to be returning to the fray with his team, but of course they've already given up a huge amount of ground here to Gigantti.
Well, it is 3-3 once more, so the loggerheads do end up meeting, but Midna is going to get discorded, didn't quite put the shield up in time and ends up going down. LH Cloudy now moving forward. Massive finds his third kill of the game in Danid. He's almost got a sound barrier, first on the board as well for Team Gigantti. This guy is not only bloodthirsty, you just don't want to face him, no matter if he's on Zen or anything. This guy is just an absolute monster. They're going to keep moving forward here. They haven't got too many meters left. We have Orc. They're jumping on to Doomfist. They're jumping on to Tracer. They need to get back to the point fast.
Back to the comfort picks. Midna out here not feeling very comfortable at all. However, Davin's laying in the Plasma Mortars from long range, but in through the back comes the Doomfist.
Danid's already in, but Ripper makes sure work of him. The whole of Gigantti turned around and executed Doomfist, and that will be way fast moving forward as well, but the Shadow has already struck the 4. Only a meter and a half to go, and the self-destruct will make sure the rest of We Have Org are just routing back all the way to their spawn. Danid has spawned again. The question is, can he get back to the point in time? The answer is no, and Team Gigantti take a 4-0 in the series.
Their second 4-0 of the season. The clean sweeps coming through in the last 2 weeks. It looks like Gigantti have finally found their stride in this meta. The mistakes have been plastered over. The bandage has been applied, and Gigantti are looking as dominant as ever.
Oh, We Had Org did need to pull something out of the bag, but the early aggressive push into Masters Lucio didn't really work out too well for them.
Indeed, it did not. And Masters Lucio, it's very bloodthirsty. We mostly talk about Ripper because he gets a lot of kills on that Zenyatta. He's a very accurate support player, and he's pretty good on the Moira as well. But Master, he always pulls his weight.
Always does. Now the first ult line as well, that sound barrier. That's pretty scary when you're a Lucio
style
player. Oh man, he is indeed. We're going to do a little bit of Eagle Gaming a little later on, but that will be it for this series. We're going to jump over to the analysts though. They're going to break down the series even more.